This is Yoga for Joint Pain. I am Karin from Karinyogalife. For those who don't know me, I am a certified yoga instructor based in Kingston, Jamaica. And I am the creator or founder of Bloom, which is an online yoga and wellness membership where we have lots of fun doing yoga together every week on Zoom, and we do lots of other fun wellness events. I have a few bloomers here. Hi, bloomers. Great to see you. So, so for those of you who have not done yoga with me before, or if any of you are completely new to yoga or just coming back to yoga after having not done it for a long time, there are a couple things to keep in mind, especially in this class, because this class is focused on people with joint pain, whether it's from osteoarthritis or some other form of joint pain. Could be knees, hips, back. The most important thing is to be super aware and mindful of how you're feeling in your own body. So if I'm doing something that you know is not right for you, please just don't do it. Rest or modify it in some way that will work for you. If it's just something that you shouldn't do, please just skip it. Yoga is for you, not the other way around. So it's really important that you're mindful of how you're feeling. And if something hurts, just don't do it or back off, make it smaller, or simply skip it. That's completely fine. It's not about doing what I'm doing exactly. It's about doing what is going to be beneficial to your body. And then the other thing is, if you do have injuries, or if you're having a joint pain flare up right now, please just be gentle with yourself, be compassionate with yourself. As I said, yoga is about helping you, doing what's beneficial to you. It's nothing should hurt. You shouldn't have sharp pain in the joints at any time. A gentle stretching feeling is fine. We are going to be doing a little bit of movement and exercise, so you may feel a gentle stretching feeling, but no sharp pain, no intense discomfort. It's not about having pain in yoga at all. And then lastly, if you need to rest, please rest whenever you need to. So great that you guys are here. Just to remind you, there are 3 super important things to do if you do have joint pain. And yoga, guess what? Yoga does all of them. So the first thing is to strengthen the muscles around the joints that may be painful. So if you're having knee pain, the key thing to do is to strengthen the muscles around the knees, the quads, the calves, the feet, the core. So that's the first thing. Yoga does that. Yoga strengthens the muscles around the joints. Secondly, you want to be stretching the muscles around the joints to keep the joints flexible, mobile, lubricated. Yoga does that. And then lastly, which we don't often think about, is that if you are having joint pain, a lot of times we can get stressed, we can get anxious, we can get fearful. I know it's happened to me when I've had joint pain. My mind goes all over the place. And when you're getting stressed and anxious, it can actually make your experience of pain even worse. It can heighten your experience of pain. So we want to be able to manage our anxiety, manage our stress, which will reduce our experience of joint pain. Now, not for everybody, but it happens in many cases. So yoga is absolutely great at doing that also. So I think those are the 3 things I wanted to talk about. If you have a cushion or a blanket, as you see, or I'm sitting up on 2 blankets, we are going to start seated. You might want to sit up on something so that your knees are more or less in line with your hips. So if you find when you're sitting down on the floor, if you find you're doing this or sort of rounding like this and it's really uncomfortable to sit in this cross-legged position, just prop your hips up on something. Prop your hips up on a blanket or 2, or maybe a super firm cushion. If it's really uncomfortable for you to sit on the floor, you can sit on a chair for this first part. So feel free to sit on a chair also. If you are on a chair, you want to be on a chair that doesn't have any, sides, and that your feet can be flat on the floor and you can be sitting up nice and tall. So I think that's it to start out. As I said, we're going to start sitting either on the floor or on a chair, and you can have your feet either crossed at the ankles, or you can have a diamond shape if this is more comfortable. Key is to be sitting up nice and tall. Let me show you. I'm just going to turn sideways. So you want to have your ears, your shoulders, your hips all in one line. So just imagine your spine getting nice and long. You're rooting down into the floor, the hips. You're gently pulling the belly in to engage the core. And then we're just going to close our eyes. So just close your eyes. We're going to start with a little breathing relaxation. So just closing the eyes, thinking nice and tall. And just bring your awareness to your breath. So you're just going to not change anything, just breathe. Breathing in and out through the nose. Just normal, gentle breaths. Just noticing how your body breathes as you move, or moves as you breathe, rather. And breathing into the belly as much as possible. So breathing in, the belly expands. Breathing out, the belly softens. So just breathing in, the belly expands. Breathing out, the belly softens. So just continue to breathe like this on your own, at your own pace. And then you can gradually slow down your breath. So gradually lengthen the inhale, lengthen the exhale. Just making the breath a little deeper and a little longer. Just on your own a few times. And then we're going to do one breathing exercise together called Samavriti, which simply means even breathing. We're going to inhale for a count of 4 and exhale for a count of 4. So I'm going to count it for you to get us started. So you're going to exhale completely and then inhale 2, 3, 4. Exhale 2, 3, 4. Inhale 2, 3, 4. Exhale 2, 3, 4. Inhale 2, 3, 4. Exhale 2, 3, 4. So just continue counting for yourself. And if 4 is too long a count, please feel free to change it to 3 or even 2. The idea here is just to keep the inhale more or less the same length as the exhale. So let's just continue for about another minute. Let's do 2 more rounds. And just return back to your normal breath now. just checking in with how you're feeling. See if you've noticed any difference in how you're feeling after a few rounds of even breathing. If you notice something, fine. If you don't notice anything, that's fine too. But just know that just this simple practice of deep breathing relaxes the nervous system, calms us down, helps us to manage our stress and anxiety. And then when you're ready, you can slowly just blink the eyes open, just taking in your space. Good. All right. So let's bring our fingertips down to the floor. If you're sitting on a chair, just stretch your arms down. If you're sitting on the floor, we're just going to sit up nice and tall, bring the fingertips to the floor. And we're going to inhale, reaching the arms up to parallel, stretching the arms, stretching the fingers. Exhale, slowly lower the arms down. So moving with our breath. See if we can coordinate the movement with the breath. Inhale, straight up with the arms. Reaching up, relaxing the shoulders. Exhaling slowly down. Looking good. Let's do that one more time. Inhaling up. This time keep the arms up here. Just exhale. Inhale. And we're going to do a side bend over to the left. So you're going to bring your left hand to the floor. Just reach up and over with your right hand. Nice little side bend. Keep the belly in. Keep the hips down on the floor. And then inhale, coming back to center using those core muscles. Exhaling over to the other side. So hands down, reaching up and over. Just moving within your own range of motion. We're going to move with our breath. Inhaling up. Exhaling, side bend left. Inhaling up. Exhale, side bend right. Stretching those big muscles along the side of the body. One more. Inhale up. Exhale left. Inhale, center. Exhale, right. Inhale, back to center. Keep those arms up. Exhale. Inhale here. And we're going to turn our torso to the left, doing a little twist, bringing the hands down. Take your time. So one hand goes behind you. Right hand goes on the outside of the thigh. Lengthen as you inhale. And just exhale, little twist from the base of the spine. The head just follows the rest of the body. Take your time here. Inhale, coming back to center, sweeping the arms up. Exhale, twisting to the other side. It's morning, so we're just waking up. Take your time, gently lengthening as you inhale. Think tall. Exhale, little twist. And again, we're going to move with it. So inhale, center. Exhale, twist left. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist right. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Inhale, center. Exhale, right. Inhale, center. Let's bring the hands together. So just look at the thumbs, look at the arms. And then on your exhale, slowly just bring the hands down in front of the heart center, sitting up tall, taking a pause, taking a breath. Good. All right, then let's stretch out our arms in front of us. So stretching out the hands, we're going to just stretch the fingers because a lot of us start to get pain in our fingers. So we're just going to stretch the fingers like this, stretch the fingers out, make a fist. I was just showing you. Stretch the fingers, make a fist. Stretch the fingers, make a fist. Let's do two more. Stretch, make a fist. Stretch, make a fist. Stretch the hands out and let's circle the hands now, moving up into the wrists. So circling the hands around. If it hurts, again, just make the circles really small or just don't do it at all if it really hurts. And a lot of us have wrist issues, myself included. Let's circle the other way. And moving the joints will help. So we want to do these things as much as we can, even if it's for a very short time. All right, bringing the hands now out to the side. Turn the palms up, bring the hands up onto the shoulders. We're going to make little shoulders or little circles with the elbows to warm up the shoulders. So we're circling back. Just take your time, circling the elbows back, see how it feels. Maybe if it feels okay, you can make the circles a little bigger. If it feels lovely and wonderful, you can aim to bring the elbows together. You have to excuse me, I'm very corny. So bring the elbows towards each other as you go forward. And then we're going to reverse it. So we're going to take the elbows down and back. So again, you can start small. If it feels okay, make the circles bigger. If it doesn't feel okay, keep the circles small or skip it. And again, you want to think about bringing the elbows together as you come forward, really getting into that upper back, shoulders, warming them up, lubricating them, strengthening them, stretching them, all those good things. Let's do one more. Whew. All right, shake it out. Okay, so now we're going to stretch out the legs. If you're on a chair, you can do this with one leg at a time. So we're going to come into what's called Dandasana, or staff pose. So again, you can stay sitting up on your blanket or your cushion. So if you find that this is difficult, you can sit up on something. But we want to have the shoulders, ears again, hips in line, gently pulling the belly in. So we're strengthening the core just sitting in this position. Legs parallel, feet flexed, and then you can just rest your hands right next to you. So there's a lot of work already going on here. We're engaging the quads, gently pulling the belly in, sitting up tall. Again, if this is really hard, you can bring the hands behind you to help you to sit up. But if you can, just use your core muscles, flexing the feet, and let's just start with the toes. We're just gonna wiggle the toes. Just wiggle the toes. Pretend you're a little baby and you're just discovering your toes. Wiggle them, and then spread the toes wide. Spread the toes as wide as you can, stretching all those little muscles in the toes. And then we're gonna scrunch up the toes. Spread the toes, scrunch them up. Spread the toes, scrunch them up. Spread the toes, scrunch them up. One more, spread and scrunch. And then flexing the feet as much as you can, pointing the toes, stretching the tops of the feet, the ankles, flex the feet, point the toes, flex and point, and flex and point, flex and point. One more, flex and point, and then circle the feet around, circling the ankles. Well, you're really circling the feet in one direction, and then the other way, circling the feet. Good. All right, shaking it out. All right, so we're gonna cross the ankles and just slowly come up to standing in whichever way is safe for you. So you can come up onto the knees, bring one leg in front of the other, and come up to standing. If that doesn't work for you, please take your time and just come up to standing in whichever way is safe for you. We're gonna come into mountain pose. So we're gonna start looking at the feet and having the feet more or less parallel. So it doesn't have to be exact, but you wanna be hip width apart and parallel with the feet, meaning the outer edges of the feet parallel to each other. Pressing down into all four corners of the feet. So the inner and outer part of the heel and the inner and outer part of the ball of the foot. So you want to be equally balanced on all four corners of the feet. And again, you want to have ankles, knees, hips, shoulders, ears, all in one line. So standing tall, engaging the core, engaging the quads. Make sure the pelvis is right underneath you so they're not sticking out, not tucked under. Neutral pelvis, arms, strong arms. And this is our foundation pose, mountain pose. The foundation pose of pretty much every pose in yoga starts with this alignment. Awesome for our posture. So maybe we give ourselves a smile because we're just awesome in a mountain pose. All right, one more breath here. So we want to really get this feeling into our bodies so that we don't even have to think about our posture. We don't even have to think about it. Pressing into the balls of the feet. Lengthening up through the crown of the head. And good. All right, so let's bring the hands to the hips. We're going to open the legs pretty wide now. So opening the legs fairly wide, coming into a wide leg straddle. Check out the feet again. They're parallel, so the toes are lined up with each other. And if you're tall, you want to have the feet fairly wide. So we're starting here. Then we're just going to turn your right foot to face the short edge of your mat. I'm assuming everybody has a mat, but if you don't, you get the idea. You're turning your right foot so it's facing the short edge of the mat. So if you look down at your feet, the heel is dissecting the middle of the back foot, more or less. So we're setting up for our warrior pose. So we're going to inhale here, exhale, just bending that right knee so that it's right over the ankle or behind. So you don't want to be doing this. You want to have the knee right over the ankle, especially if you have knee pain. You want to really make sure that you're not stressing this knee, but you're strengthening it. You also want to make sure that this knee is coming right down over the center of the foot. So it's lined up, tracking down the middle of the foot, not falling forward. Sometimes people's knees fall forward like this. You want to keep it tracking down the center of the foot, right over the ankle. Then we can stretch out the arms, press into the outer edge of the back foot in our warrior 2 or Virabhadrasana 2, and breathe. So we're staying here for a few breaths, strengthening the legs, pulling the belly in, and breathe. Good. So make sure the shoulders are right over the hips and they're relaxed. Let's do one more breath. Inhale, exhale, inhale. We're going to move into side angle. So we're just going to take that right forearm, rest it lightly on the thigh. Take the other arm up to the sky. You can stay here, or you can take it all the way down so that it's alongside your elbow. So lengthening the spine. We're not doing this. We're keeping the torso lifted. This hand is gently resting on the thigh, opening up the chest. Beautiful. One more breath. Maybe you feel the legs working. I know I do. Inhale, coming back to our warrior 2. Good. And then just straighten the knee. Bring the hands down. We're going to bring the feet back to parallel. So pivoting back to parallel. And then simply turning the left foot out now to face the short edge of the mat. Same thing on this side. Let's bring the hands to the hips. Press into the feet. So strong base. Inhale. Exhale, just bending that left knee. Careful that it's tracking right down the center of the foot, not too far forward. If it's coming forward of the ankle, all you need to do is walk that foot out. Just use your toes, walk the foot out. And the deeper you bend the knee, the more you'll open the hips. So if you're working on opening the hips, you can take a wider stance and then bring the arms to shoulder height. Press into the back foot. And breathe, looking over those left fingertips. So these warrior poses strengthen our bodies. They also strengthen our focus and our concentration. Long spine, looking beautiful, everybody. Inhale, let's stay for another breath. Inhale, on your exhale, now we're taking it to side angle. So just gently rest the forearm on the thigh, right arm comes up, maybe just to the ceiling, or maybe all the way over by the ears. Depends on how your shoulder feels. Keep engaging the core. Keep pressing into that back foot. Breathe. Breathe, breathe. Inhale back to our warrior 2. Straighten both legs. Bring the hands down. Awesome. And turn the feet back to center. So they are pointing straight forward again. Let's bring the hands onto the hips. All right, so this time we're going to actually turn the feet out. So feet pointing out, long spine, inhale, exhale, bend the knees. So we're coming into another little sequence here. Pull the knees back, and let's just bring the hands together in front of the heart. So this is goddess pose. So we're going to strengthen the legs here again. Great for you if you have knee issues. Strengthening the core. Let's see if we can hold for another breath. Good. And then inhale, straighten the arms into starfish, stretching everything. Imagine you're a beautiful starfish. Inhale. We're going to move with it now. Exhale, goddess. Inhale, starfish. Exhale, goddess. Inhale, starfish. Beautiful. One more. Exhale. Inhale. Let's do one more. Staying in our goddess pose. Staying in our goddess pose for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Whew. Straighten the legs. And just walk the feet back together. You can toe, heel, or whatever you need to do. Just bringing the legs back together. If you need to shake them out, shake it out. Strengthening those legs. All right, so from here, let's come back to our mountain pose. So we can have the feet parallel. So if you're comfortable here, or if you want to bring the feet all the way together, so the balls of the feet are touching, and there's a little space between the heels. This is another variation. We're going to go into a chair pose sequence, again for the legs and the core. So again, parallel or all the way together. So we're here. Inhaling the arms straight up. So either overhead, or if this is uncomfortable for you, you can bring the hands to the shoulder height. So your choice. Arms up or here. So inhale here. Exhale, just sitting back as if you're sitting in a chair. So pull the belly in. Just sitting back. Look down at the feet. Make sure you can see those big toes. And breathe. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, straighten all the way up. Back to mountain. Exhale, hands down. Good. We're going to do that again and add on. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, sitting back in our chair. So notice the knees are pointing straight forward. Let's bring the hands together in front of the heart. Inhale here. Exhale, twisting to the left. So just turning the torso left. Look at your knees. Did they move? You want to keep them center. Beautiful. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist right. Again, check out the knees. Sometimes they want to come with you. We're working on our spine flexibility here. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist left. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist right. One more. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Inhale, center. Exhale, right. Inhale, center. Coming all the way up now, all the way up. Bring the arms up together overhead. Exhale, bringing them down in front of the heart. Back to our mountain. Let's pause for a breath. Slowing down our heart rate if we need to. Maybe just closing the eyes and just observing how you feel. Yoga is a lot about just being aware of how we're feeling. Being aware without judging ourselves. Let's take one more breath. All right. Let's do one last standing pose, bringing the hands to the hips. We're going to do tree pose for our balance. So we're going to start in our mountain pose, feet hip width apart and parallel. We're going to shift the weight to the right foot, take the left foot off the floor and just turn the knee out. So you can rest it on your ankle. You can be here, or you can be here, resting the foot on your calf. So find your balance, find something to look at to help you, your focus. Imagine something growing out the bottom of your standing foot, roots going down into the earth. And then if you're able, you can bring the hands together. And just remember, wobbling is working. And if you're falling over, no problem, just come back into it. Maybe you take your arms overhead. Beautiful trees. Feel those little muscles working in your legs, in your foot. I feel mine working. Bring the hands back together. Awesome. Bring the knee forward. Hold, hold, hold. And down. Woo. Good job, everybody. Feel those legs working. All right, shake it out if you need to. And we'll do the other side. So again, remember, both sides are usually different. Every day is different. So let's bring the hands to the hips. Standing nice and tall, shifting the weight to the left foot. Take the right foot off the floor and just turn it out any amount. So it's just the knee turning, hips stay straight ahead. Bring the foot here. You can just gently rest it on the floor, or you can bring it onto your calf. Plenty work going on. All right, find your focus. Bring the hands together. Be super aware of your posture. Where is your pelvis? Long spine. And again, if you're able, you can take your arms up. And remember, trees sway. They're hardly ever totally still. Breathing here. Good. And bring the hands back together. Bring the knees center. So I'm sneaking in another little one here. Standing staff. And bring everything back together. And shake it out. Whew. Do the jigalasana, as one of my friends calls it. Jigalasana. Okay, so we're gonna come back down onto the floor. Please just make your way down onto the floor in any way that's safe for you. So take your time. You can take one leg, then the other. We're gonna come down onto our bellies. So we're gonna lie flat on the floor, bringing the hands underneath your shoulders. So the hands are right under the shoulders. The forehead is on the floor. You're going to stretch your legs out behind you, elbows tight into the body, and gently press down into the floor with your pelvis. So you're aware of the tops of the feet on the floor, your thighs, and we're going to just do a series of back bends. Again, if you have back issues, take your time. Don't do it. Just see how it feels for you. So we're going to start super small, pressing down into the floor of the pelvis. Inhale, lifting head, neck, shoulders off the floor. Exhale, lowering back down. So take your time, starting small. We're going to do a few of these. Inhale, press into the pelvis, lifting head, neck, shoulders. It's not about how high you go. It's just about doing what's good for you. Let's do two more. Inhaling, coming up. Maybe you go up a little higher, maybe you don't. Doesn't really matter. Come back down. Last time. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, coming down, all the way down now. Forehead back to the floor. And we're going to do one last back bend here. So we're going to slide the elbows forward so they're right under the shoulders. Inhale, coming up to Sphinx pose. So elbows right underneath the shoulders, forearms parallel, press into the floor. You're looking maybe to the front of your mat, so you're not looking up. The head is in line with the body. And just this is another gentle back bend. Let's do a little neck stretch here. If you're okay, inhale here. We're going to bring the chin down towards the left shoulder. So just take the chin down to the left shoulder. See how it feels on the neck. And then back to center. Take the chin down to the right shoulder. See, come back to center. If it doesn't feel good, just skip it. Chin to the left shoulder and center. Chin to the right shoulder and center. One last time. And left and center and right and center. And let's come all the way down now. We're bringing the hands back underneath the shoulders. We're going to press back to child's pose just for one breath. So we're opening the knees here, taking the hips back. If you have sensitive knees, have something under the knees, or just skip it all together. Bring the hands down to the floor. You can have your hands underneath your forehead. You can also have cushions underneath your head. You can have something between your butt and your calves, whatever you need for child's pose to be comfortable for you. Breathing here, one breath into the back body. So for some people, child's pose is a challenge. Just modify it however you need to. And then we're going to come up. So we're going to use our arms to come up, bring the knees back together, and we're going to bring the legs around us, around in front of us. We're going to do boat pose here for our core. So we're sitting up nice and tall, the feet flat on the floor. We're going to start by just holding on to the hamstrings. So just hold on here and bring the balls of the feet to the floor, lifting the chest. So we're strengthening the core, strengthening the back muscles. Just if this is plenty work for you, please stay here. This is boat pose, Navasana. Or you can reach the arms out in front of you and keep the feet on the floor. If this is plenty, just stay here. Or you can take the feet off the floor. Or you can hold behind the hamstrings or the feet off the floor. So lots of options. If you're feeling superstar, rock star today, you can stretch out the legs or not. I'm feeling like a rock star, but I'm still going to just stay here. It's fine. They're all different kinds of rock stars. So I'm going to stay here. So find your boat pose, and we're going to hold it for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Woo, bringing the feet back down. And just do the little jigalasana. We're going to do it one more time because it's so good for our cores. It's work, but it's good for us. Let's just do it one more time. You can do the same variation or another one. Doesn't matter. You can keep the feet on the floor. This just staying here is plenty work on the core. So take your choice. Either picking the feet up, stretching the arms out. Any variation you like. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Bringing the feet to the floor. Just stretch them out, shake them out. And we're going to lie back now on our backs. Yes, we're going to slow it down now. Yay. Bringing the knees into the chest. And just hugging the knees in, rocking side to side. This is actually also a variation of child's pose. So at any time, if you want to take this variation. All right, so bringing the knees into the chest. Let's just stretch out the right leg. Keep the left knee into the shoulder. So left knee hugging in towards the left shoulder. Let's flex both feet, just stretching the hips a bit here. Let's just take a breath. The head and the neck and the shoulders are relaxed. And then bring the right knee in. Stretch the left leg out on the floor. So hug that right knee into the right shoulder. Flexing both feet, pressing that left thigh down into the floor. And then bringing both knees in. We're going to open the arms onto the floor so the hands can be in line with the shoulders. Inhale here, and then exhale. Just let both knees move to the right. So we're coming into a nice gentle twist. Take your time with your back. And then once we're here, we're going to close our eyes and just relax. Don't worry about your position. Just if it feels good, we're just going to stay here for a few breaths, letting everything relax. Bringing your attention to your breath. Slowing down the breath. Letting the shoulders, the arms, the fingers relax. Maybe you turn your head to the left if that feels okay on the neck. If it doesn't, just keep your head straight up. Let's do one more breath here. And then as you're ready, bringing one knee at a time back to center. Inhale here. Exhale, both knees now move to the left. So the knees can be anywhere. They can be high up by your arm, or they can be lower down away from the arm. So just find a place for the knees where you feel maybe a little gentle stretch somewhere, but nothing too intense. Relaxing the shoulders. See if you can more or less keep the shoulders on the floor. Doesn't have to be perfect. The knees don't have to be together. And breathe. So we're slowing down everything now. Slowing down the breath. Slowing down the heart rate. Just breathe into the belly. Do one more breath here. And then slowly take your time. Bring one leg at a time back to center. Bringing the feet flat on the floor now. We're going to stretch out the legs. Bring the arms down by your side. Coming into our final relaxation pose, Shavasana. So you're going to open the legs a little bit, let them relax. You can take the arms out away from the body, palms facing up, shoulders down and away from the ears, closing the eyes. Just let the whole body relax now. This is the final relaxation pose. So we want to relax everything, relaxing the feet, the ankles. Relaxing the calves, the knees, the thighs. Just letting the hips melt into the floor, letting the pelvis relax completely. Allowing all the muscles of the back and the shoulders to relax. The arms relax. The hands and the fingers relax. The muscles of the face relax. So your eyelids relax. The cheeks and the jaws relax. The lips and the tongue relax. So just let your whole body let go. Melt into the floor. No energy required. Nothing to do for the next few minutes. We're just going to enjoy a few minutes of deep relaxation. So you're going to take your time now and just bring your awareness back to your body and your breath. Just start to slow down the breath some more. And then bringing some little movement back to your body, wiggling the fingers, wiggling the toes. Maybe circling the hands and the feet, just slowly waking yourself up. And take your time bending the knees. We're going to turn over onto our right side, curling up into a ball. So just take your time, roll over and curl up into a ball on your right side. Staying here for a few moments, just resting your head on your arms. And then when you're ready, you can stretch out your left leg. Use your arms to press yourself up to a seated position. Back where we started, just resting the hands on your thighs. Palms can be turned up or down, keeping the eyes closed for one more minute. Let's just keep our focus, our awareness on our breath. Just keeping our breath nice and slow and gentle. Just visualizing the air flowing in and out of the nose. Just enjoying this sense of peace and calm that we've created for ourselves. And knowing that this is available to us anytime we need it. And bringing the hands together in front of the heart, just bowing your head. Thanking yourself, honoring yourself for taking care of yourself this morning. Grateful for this time together, for the practice, and grateful for all the things in our life we have to be grateful for. We end our practice with Namaste, which means the divine in me honors the divine in you. So Namaste, everyone. Thank you so much for doing yoga with me this morning. I hope you feel good and you enjoyed it. Feel free to unmute now and you can ask me any questions or give me your feedback. As I said, I am on social media at Karinyogalife. You can also find out more about my Bloom online membership, just going to Karinyogalife.com/Bloom. Or if you have questions, just let me know. But I'd love to connect with you somehow, social media, whatever, email, didn't matter. Just